Let me see, make sure y'all can see me. Ooh, come on in the room. Make sure you got your favorite drink and your favorite snack. I'm just saying. We're going to be here a while. All right. Hey, everybody. Boy, you're in front of my light now. That's okay. I love you. Y'all remind me to look up where I can give me a little thing for boy, for he can be up here. He's one my little baby. All right. Good evening, everybody. Happy Happy third day of Christmas. Happy second day of Kwanzaa. All right. How y'all doing? Okay. Hey, Lindsay, Lakeisha, Black Anonymous Muslim, Leonard Emil Taylor. So glad you can be here. Thank you to those of you who are probably in the bushes in the closet. You're listening because you're still, relaxing on your holiday. I know for me, the weather was warmer today, but maybe it's not so much for you where you are. So hopefully praying everything is better. Okay. I did my indoor walking, ate my dinner, took a shower, and I'm drinking water. Look at you. Black Anonymous giving us goals for 2023. Being a role model out here. You might want to, okay, just let you know, hopefully you don't want to start drinking alcohol after we go through this. Just saying. All right. So I want to go over something else before we go. All right. So join me. Right. You my robot. I'm trying to I gotta be like Black Anonymous in 2023. All right. So let's go ahead and get our disclaimer because that's what we do here. All right. This video is protected by Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes of criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. This video was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature. Okay? All right. So, all right. What did Black Anonymous say? I have a couple of bottles of wine in the fridge unopened. And you know what? I need to get me some green apple Smirnoff. I missed having it. Usually I like for a long time I had like a 6-pack in there and it was like I would drink one once a week, but I'm totally out now. But all right. If anyone would like to contribute to sorry. Love my dog. I love my dog. Okay. Let's see now. Okay. All right. Contribute to supporting the Let Me See Your Transcript channel. Or you want to help with, like lights, ice cream puppuccino for boy, contribute to the drink fund or snack fund, or any other way. You want to tip me or you want to show your appreciation. Not that you're trying to control me or anything. I know people don't do that, right? So, hey, Roxanne, so glad that you could be here. I'm just going to dive to the bottle. Okay. All right. So, but you can send a Cash App, Super Chat, and even if you're on a part of the replay gang, there is a thank you button where you also can send a Super Chat when you are part of the replay gang, if you choose to do so. But if you can't do any of those things, can you do me a favor? Hit the like button, okay? And please share, all right? If you got a community wall, an Instagram, a Twitter, a Tumblr, MySpace, Facebook, please share. Help me hit the algorithm so that YouTube will recommend this video and push it out more to more people. Okay? All right. Thank you so much, Roxanne, for the super sticker. I certainly appreciate it. All right, so let's get, before we get on the documents, I did get As you know, I'm also part of Safe House Unmuzzled. I follow them on YouTube, and I also follow them on Facebook, and also Instagram, and also their clubhouse. And so Bishop, as you'll see on the right hand side, Bishop Demetrius Sinegal has been very transparent with this case that he has been suing Prophet or Pastor Brian Carn since last year. Okay, so some of you may not remember. Yeah, I'm everywhere. And so he's being very transparent. His platform that he's part of, there's a lot of things with gross clergy abuse. Okay, and also gross sexual abuse. As you know, he spotlighted not only his personal issue with Prophet Brian Carn, but also with Bishop Dwight Reed in Illinois, married a 19-year-old member of his congregation. Also, the other church that is in Hannibal. There's another case with a minister. I forget the name of the church, but I know it's in one of my videos. Molesting a young lady in their congregation. And so there's definitely been lots of talks on Safe House and Muslim. And I've also featured them here on the show. So just in case some of you are like, where did this come from? I never heard this before. This sounds familiar. Just give me a little backstory on what's going on. So just letting you know, it was in Iowa, not Illinois. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. It was in what's the name of the city? Des Moines, Iowa. Thank you, Black Anonymous. Okay, thank you. Des Moines, Iowa. And Hannibal, the second church within that, I guess, group is Hannibal, Missouri. They're sister churches. Okay. There was some reported impropriety going on by the youth minister at the Hannibal, Missouri church, which Dwight Reed is still over because he is the bishop over all of those Christ Apostolic Temple. So there's different locations. Okay. So just letting you know, Bishop Demetrius Sinegal was married. He's now, I believe, since been divorced. And last year, he openly rebuked Prophet or Pastor Brian Carn. And at the time, some people didn't know, like, why. But then through Larry Reed, King Jives, and other Black church vloggers, it came out that he was rebuking him for sleeping or really having sex with his wife. And so a couple of months later, we actually see that there's a lawsuit, okay, that Bishop Demetrius Sinegal has filed against Prophet Brian Carn in North Carolina. Prophet Brian Carn is out of North Carolina. Is Bishop Sinegal gay? No, as far as I know, no. Okay. All right. So, what was I going on with this? Oh, as far as I know, I'm going to say no, unless I've been told or been reported to me, or he actually says that I didn't know about otherwise. Okay, so Brian Carn is from North Carolina. I believe he has a church there. Another church, I want to say Florida. I might be wrong, but I also know that he has a Houston location. Also, Bishop Sinegal also has his church here too. Their churches used to be, I guess, like part of the same church network. I don't think they are anymore. And so he didn't file against him in Texas. He filed against him in North Carolina. I think this is because that's where Carn is from. Him flashing the bishop's ring. Is that a bishop's ring? Did they all go to the same place? Hey, B, it speaks for him. But I kind of think that maybe Bishop Demetrius Sinegal, his might be real. I don't know about Bishop Whitehead because I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. But I could be wrong. I'm saying my opinion. I don't know for a fact. Okay, so he filed against him for, I believe it was let me go to the actual document and not. Okay. You can see it. And this was filed in August 2021. So over a year and a half ago. Okay. All right. So can y'all see it? Let me make it bigger. Can y'all see it? Is this big enough for everybody to see? Okay, you're not seeing the screen share? Okay. You know why you probably not seeing the screen share? Because I still got the picture up, don't I? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ms. VS. Can you see it now? All right. Let me put that on there. Why for y'all? Okay. Is that better, y'all? Hold on, y'all. My lips are dry. Mm-mm. Boy, why you gonna say me my lips was dry? Boy's like, I'm a dog. I'm gonna tell y'all something. My dog has made the bottom part of the green screen like his little nap area. Hey, Comma 52, so happy you can be here. So happy you could be here. Okay. All right. Sorry, I must feel like my lips was dry. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is the petition. Okay, and as you can see, it says, let me go to my window here. All right, so it says state of North Carolina, County of Mecklenburg. Okay, it was filed August 19, 2021 in the General Court of Justice Superior Court Division. As you can see, this is the number 21 is usually the number in the front. That's the year it was filed. CV is most likely civil. I'm sorry, BS. What is civil, and then 11333. Okay, so it's Demetrius Sinegal versus who's the plaintiff versus Brian Carn Jr. Okay, this complaint was amended. There, he's asking for a jury trial. Okay, so here is the information. Now comes plaintiff through undersigned counsel, complainant defendant as says as follows. The jurisdiction, plaintiff is a citizen and resident of Houston, Texas. Really? Okay. Yeah, Demetrius Sinegal is. Upon information and belief, defendant is a resident of Mecklenburg County, North Carolina. Defendant is the senior pastor and overseer at Kingdom City Church, which has a large congregation in Mecklenburg County, North Carolina. Defendant conducts business in North Carolina regularly. So that's probably why he picked this county. Even though he does have a church location here, North Carolina. I want to say there's one in Florida. Okay. Parties, plaintiff and his wife, Laquita Sinegal, were married on the 5th day of December 2015. Plaintiff and his wife have been happily married for over 5 years prior to defendant's tortuous conduct. Okay, we're using some big words. Okay. All right now. Okay. Prior to and throughout their marriage, plaintiff and his wife were deeply in love. Plaintiff is an accomplished minister, bishop, and minister in the Kingdom Church. So that different from the Kingdom City Church? Okay, let me keep going. Plaintiff's wife supported him in all of his spiritual endeavors, including but not limited to ministry, pastoral work, counseling, speaking, engagement, social outreach, community support, and spiritual literature. Oh, that's a lot. They enjoyed working together in their joint ministry endeavors, traveling together, speaking at spiritual events, taking vacations, spending time with friends at dinners and social activities, and planning for their future. They were very affectionate and enjoyed a healthy sex life. Plaintiff's wife and plaintiff discussed and promised to always be faithful to each other during their relationship and marriage. As of the date of the filing of this lawsuit, plaintiff's wife is largely physically healthy. Throughout the majority of plaintiff's marriage, plaintiff's wife contributed her time, energy, and efforts to the marriage and for the benefit of plaintiff and their joint work. Plaintiff is a devoted husband who has directed his time and energy supporting the couple together, and plaintiff's wife in all her endeavors. Plaintiff supported his wife when she wanted to go back to school in 2017, shouldering the couple's ministry and household finances and duties when plaintiff's wife was unable to help do the schoolwork. During their marriage, plaintiff's wife was introduced to the defendant by and through plaintiff, as defendant is also a minister. Plaintiff and defendant took on joint ministries together. In so doing, defendant found an inroad to plaintiff's wife and began seeking her out in order to begin his tortuous interference in plaintiff's marriage. Upon information and belief, defendant spent long hours on the phone with plaintiff's wife from his North Carolina residence and elsewhere, attempting to coerce plaintiff's wife to engage in an extramarital affair with him. Okay. On or about February 4, 2021, plaintiff learned the defendant had sent sexually explicit text messages to plaintiff's wife. On February the 10th, 2021, plaintiff confronted defendant along with other members of the church community in order to hold defendant accountable for his actions. Now, I will say this part right here, number 10. Now, I'm sorry. Thank you, Christine. I was reading and I was VSP said, oh, they fighting it out in Charlotte. Hey, Christine. Hey, Carmen too. Okay. So now we'll say this. Now I they say I'm not a black church sector, but I've been to church and I've read, I gotta look it up though, that there is I think it's St. Paul in the Bible. If you have a problem or matter with another member of the church, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to go get someone else and then go and talk to that person. Okay. I'm trying to find the scripture for it. Okay. If any of y'all saints in the know, please put it in the chat. So tell you to how are you to act when you are church member. Okay, here it says Matthew chapter 8 verses 15 and 16. Instructs members to settle their differences privately with each other, and if this fails, they are to seek help in resolving the dispute. Hold on, maybe I'm not. Let me go get the correct verse for y'all. Matthew 18. Let me get my Bible app. I might not be paper Bible saved, but I'm app saved. I got it on me. Okay, 18 verse 15. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So Matthew 18 verse 15 starts. If your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have won over your brother. If he does not listen, take one or two others along with you, so that every fact may be established on the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. If he refuses to listen to them, tell the church. If he refuses to listen even to the church, then treat him as you would a Gentile or a tax collector. Okay, y'all. Let me see if I can I share this with y'all? So let me put this in. Okay. And this is the new American Bible version. Hey, Encourage NYC. When VSP says, "Oh, she didn't block him," he would have had a Glock in his face doing this if true. It's Matthew. Go to the person 101. Okay, thank you. You look at Courage and see. You had it. I was reading too fast and then I didn't get it. It doesn't like wifey putting Carn's advances in check. Okay. All right. And let me see. Let me put the other one in here. Okay. Okay. So it seems that according to number 10, according to scripture, he actually did that. Okay. During the February 10, 2021 meeting, defendant openly admitted to engaging in a sexual relationship with plaintiff's wife, despite his friendship with plaintiff and his vows to his church. Mm. Mm. I'm sorry, I had to take a moment, y'all. Let me look. I'm sorry. Get my Bible app again. I'm just. Mm. 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 Talk amongst yourselves for a minute, because I'm mm, mm. Because I'm going. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes that all my scriptures. Give me all my medicine in the room. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Y'all see that scripture, Matthew 18:15? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 The man, okay. Woo. Just had to. 16. This is 17. Uh, did okay, hold on, y'all. Y'all are gonna be like, what is she doing? I'm Mhm. I'm gonna put this in the window so I can highlight some things because I need to highlight some things. Yeah, just need to highlight, be able to highlight some things. I mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Can y'all see? Let me go back to all right. Okay. So let's go back. Here's the highlighter. Okay. Okay. So this is. Wait, why is it not? Dang it. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, y'all see this? Okay, so let's go back a little bit. Here it goes. Okay, so Matthew 18 said, if your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you win him over. So 16. If he does not listen, take one or two others along with you so that every fact may be established on the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. Okay, that's what he did in number 10. Okay. If he refuses to listen to them, tell the church. If he refuses to listen even to the church, then treat him as you would a Gentile or a tax collector. Okay, so all right. Okay, all right. Whew. Okay, all right. Let's keep going, everybody. I'm just trying to understand it, like, because I got to the part where he said he admitted it, openly admitted it in the meeting. Okay, I'm going to go to the next part now. Okay. A few days later, Plaintiff's wife left their joint residence in Houston, Texas to travel to her grandmother's house in Shreveport, Louisiana for a few days. Plaintiff felt he needed some time apart due to defendant's actions, and Plaintiff's wife offered to stay with her grandmother. However, Plaintiff later learned that defendant had convinced Plaintiff's wife to fly to Charlotte, North Carolina, and see him instead. What in the hell? On February 2020, 22nd, 2021, through and including February 23rd, 2021, defendant and plaintiff's wife stayed at defendant's residence in Charlotte, North Carolina, and engaged in sexual intercourse there. Fix it, Jesus. 6 in the chat. So, ma'am, I'm sorry. I was gonna give Brian Carn, like, okay, he admitted it. But then I was thinking, like, well, why did the rebuke come? What day was the rebuke on? But then when I get to number 13, and it says the defendant's wife said, oh, I'm going to see my grandmother. And Shree pointed his hand. You lied on your grandma, girl. I was like, why you put your grandma in your business? But the defendant told her to come see me here in North Carolina. I'm thinking, okay, and my laws, like, once you do the sin, you're like, hey, I admit I'm wrong. And I repent. I'm sorry. You make amends or something. Are you not supposed to keep? You're supposed to start doing it, right? Right? You're supposed to stop doing it, right? I mean, are you supposed to stop doing it? Somebody tell me. Aren't you supposed to stop doing it? Okay, let's keep going now. The love and affection that the plaintiff and his wife had enjoyed since they were married in 2015 has been severely wounded once the defendant began having an affair with plaintiff's wife. Plaintiff's wife had openly admitted her ongoing affair. Upon questioning, plaintiff's wife has admitted to sexual intercourse, sexual relations, and emotional attachment to defendant. Upon information and belief over the course of their illicit affair, plaintiff's wife and defendant exchanged thousands of explicit text messages with pictures and videos attached and phone calls. These communications were exchanged while either plaintiff's wife and defendant or both were in North Carolina. Fix it, Jesus. Okay. Defendant pursued a romantic relationship with plaintiff's wife upon information and belief that relationship involved regular and frequent contact, including sexual intercourse with each other, including daytime liaisons, face-to-face conversations, electronic mailing, texting, and conversations over the phone. Upon information and belief, defendant and plaintiff's wife engaged in a physical relationship when included, but it's not limited to kissing and hugging and holding hands, both in public and private. In public, where? In North Carolina? Spending the night together at defendant's apartment and or hotels on numerous occasions, and acting in many respects as a romantically involved couple, enjoying meals together via takeout and or at local restaurants, acting as a romantically involved couple, traveling to be together, and vaginal sexual intercourse, and other acts of illicit sexual behavior and sexual contact as those terms are defined by North Carolina statute. Damn, you got the damn statute in there. After being confronted by plaintiff and senior leadership, hold on. See, let me put this back up here. Okay, we see, right? Because because Bishop Sinegal is doing what, like, right? I don't know if he did it, went some alone, but he took some people with him. And the man on February the 10th said, yeah, I did it. But then he kept doing it. And he went and asked him again. And so what does it say if he refuses to listen to you or stop? Does it mean keep engaging in behavior? Hey, I am him at first. Is this okay, so is this when the rebuke happened? Because it makes sense now. Hey, Christopher David. I got to highlight this. So, after being confronted by plaintiff and senior church leadership, defendant refused to cease his relationship and contact with plaintiff's wife and continued to engage in an adulterous affair with plaintiff's wife. After plaintiff's wife herself committed to ceasing the adulterous affair, defendant continued to pursue her persistently. Was this after February 23rd when she went to North Carolina and spent them 2 days with him? I'm just saying. Defendant was the instigator and promoter of the illicit affair he had with plaintiff's wife. Despite the impact it had on plaintiff and his marriage, defendant has at all relevant times known plaintiff's wife was married to plaintiff and did deliberately pursue secret conversations with her, leading to the adulterous affair. Oh, so he's saying, oh, you playing this, bruh. You knew. Well, he did introduce you. This is my wife. Secret conversations. Okay, all right. And refused to. That's what kills me. You refused? So my question is, what was the date in between him saying, oh, I'm not going to stop seeing your wife, and then between her saying, oh, I'm not seeing him no more? I need a timetable. Thank you, Black Anonymous. Yeah, thank you, Christine. I need a okay. Because I'm gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna say what I want to say. All right. So first cause of action, he's suing him because he said alienation of affection. That's what he's filing a complaint for. Plaintiff hereby incorporates paragraphs 1 through 20, set forth above as fully set forth hereon. At times relevant here on plaintiff and his wife were happily married in their genuine love and affection. They've seen them. Defendant wrongfully maliciously produced and brought about the alienation of affections and loss of consorting plaintiff enjoyed with his wife. Okay. Didn't Fantasia get sued for this by one of her ex-boyfriends' wives? Defendant has engaged in adultery and with the wrongful intent to cause the alienation and separation of his wife, really indifferent to likelihood that his conduct would destroy and diminish the general marital relationship. He didn't care. Defendant's conduct was and is unjustified and unexcused invasion of the general marital relationship of plaintiff and his wife. Okay. All right. Plaintiff has not participated in, condoned, or encouraged defendant's alienation of affections or loss or consortium. Okay. That's what he said. All right. Defendant's actions have injured and destroyed the genuine marriage relationship of the plaintiff and his wife. Yeah. At all relevant times, when they knew the marriage between plaintiff and his wife, and regardless of knowledge, committed acts that defendant knew or should have known, would have a negative effect. Like you should have known. I mean, the Bible do say thou shalt not commit adultery, right? I mean, it's in the top. Is it top 10? 10 amendments. I'm not amendments. 10 commandments. I mean, right? Okay. Okay. Wrongful malicious conduct. Okay. What does he say? The wrongful malicious conduct of defendant has approximately resulted in plaintiff's loss of services in the home, loss of support, including future earnings of his wife. As a result, plaintiff is entitled the wrongful malicious conduct of defendant proximately resulted in plaintiff's loss of consortium, emotional distress, mental anguish, shame, humiliation, and disgrace, including therapy costs. Yeah, because Bishop Sinegal does have a therapy support dog. She's cute. It's cute. The wrongful malicious conduct of the defendant's proximately resulted in plaintiff's loss of services in the home, loss of support, including the future earnings of his wife. As a result, plaintiff is entitled to compensatory damages that have been incurred or to be incurred in excess of $25,000. Okay. I guess it's the minimum, huh? The conduct of defendant was willful, malicious, wanton, and oppressive, and for the reason plaintiff is entitled to punitive damages. So you have compensatory damages and you have punitive damages. Incurred to be incurred in excess of $25,000. So that's 50 so far, y'all. In determining the amount of punitive damage to be awarded, the trier of fact should also consider the following: the representing defendant's motives and conduct, likelihood of serious harm, the defendant awareness of the probable causes, considered by defendant of the facts in this case. Okay. That's about what, 50,000 at least he asking for? Well, it says punitive, hey, encourage NYC. So it says compensatory that have been incurred or are to be incurred in excess of $25,000. And then that's because the person, this is all the stuff that he did to me. I lost my wife, my support. I'm mentally anguished. I'm shamed. I'm disgraced. I went to therapy. That cost me. I should be compensated at least or in excess of $25,000. Then now he's saying, hey, the defendant did it anyway, did it on purpose. So it's oppressive, and I'm really hurt. I need punitive damages in excess of that amount too. So okay. All right, everybody. So this is a second cause of action called criminal conversation. Plaintiff hereby incorporate paragraphs 1 through 29 set forth above is fully set for their hearing. Defendant and plaintiff engaged in adult. Plaintiff had not considered to condone or cannot bring about the conduct of defendant complained of. Okay. The wrong and malicious conduct of defendant engaged in man, they got a whole statute. Approximately damaged plaintiff by casting dishonor on the marriage bed. Alienating the affections of plaintiff's wife, destroying domestic comfort, causing loss of concern, emotional anguish, shame, humiliation, disgrace, including therapy costs, loss of sexual relations between plaintiff and his wife. I hope he got an STI test. I'm just saying. Allegedly, Bishop Carn is a whore. He's not married, never been married, but he has allegedly 3 or 4 kids. So, well, no, I think it's on record. He actually has kids. Yeah. The wrongful and malicious conduct of defendant has probably resulted in plaintiff's loss of service in the home. As a result, plaintiff's relief for damage incurred of $25,000. Okay, so now we have 75, at least 75. Okay, the conduct of okay, so the plaintiff praised the court. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's okay for cause 2. Oh, here's another one, punitive damages. So this was compensatory, I guess, for cause 2, criminal conversation, and then punitive damages. So we up what, 100,000, right? Hey, Uncle Fred. Yes, they got a divorce already. I want to say it was 2022 they got the divorce. All right. So where plaintiff praised the court, the plaintiff have and recover from the defendant an award in excess of $25,000. The plaintiff have and recovered. Okay, so so like we said, So this is first cause, it's alienation of affection. So A1 is compensatory damages. 2 is punitive damages. And then for the second cause, he wants compensatory damages. And then for the second cause, he wants punitive damages. So for a total of in excess of $100,000. So 1 and 2. Let me write that. It might not ever work. Never mind. I was trying to right. Okay. This is cause 1. Okay. And then this is cause 2. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. So remember, it's 2 things: alienation of affection and criminal conversation are the 2 causes. So for each cause, he wants compensatory and punitive damages. This is a verified complaint. Oh, he said also wants to. Oh, sorry. Let me close that part. And maybe it's more than that. The plaintiff also wants to recover from the defendant any loss from plaintiff's future earnings. Because remember, they both worked in ministry together. And I guess when she was with Prophet Brian Carn, she wasn't working now, was she? Okay, all right. Okay. The plaintiff be granted a trial by jury. Because you can have a trial by jury or by a judge. The verified complaint uses the affidavit. Here's the attorney for the plaintiff. Okay. And then verification. He signed it. And then Notary Republic. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. That's a good question there, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Whew, y'all. Y'all ready for? Y'all want to take a break? Y'all ready to go to the next complaint? The next complaint. Hold on. It's the. Now, when they say amended, that means there was some changes that was made. So let's go to. Now on November the 7th. Now remember that complaint was almost 2 years ago, actually. A year and a half ago. It was August 19, 2021. Then on November the 7th, 2022, okay, I'm going to show you. Okay, why is it not? Hold on. Let me see. It's doing something crazy. All right. All right. So let's look at this one. All right. Can y'all see? Okay. All right. Let me just take myself out of this so y'all can see everything. All right. So this was filed. This is a letter. Looks like a letter from. Okay, a letter from Attorney Arnold with defendant's brief. So basically, Brian Carn answers the complaint. All right. So this is a letter that came with Brian Carn's answer to the brief that, hey, I want you to dismiss this Okay, so this is Brian Carn's Jr. It says briefly support a defendant's motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. So I guess he's trying to say, but I thought he said in excess of $25,000. Okay, let's keep going, y'all. Okay, now come defendant Brian Keith Carn Jr. Hereon after defendant by through the undersigned counsel and provides the following brief in support of defendant's first and third motions to dismiss pursuant to Rule 12b-6 of the North Carolina Rules of Civil Procedure. Okay, so Pastor Prophet Brian Carn, this is his motion. This is just a brief. Is that brief? It's 8 pages. Okay. All right, so let's look at this, y'all. All right, on July 16, 2021, Demetrius Sinegal filed his complaint, which sought recovery for alienation of affection and criminal conversation and compensatory penalty in excess of $10,000. I thought the document said $25,000, y'all. Okay, on August 19th, prior to defendant filing responsive pleading, plaintiff filed an amended complaint which seeks recovery for alienation of affection. Oh, okay, I see. $25,000. On October 15, 2021, defendant filed his motion to dismiss and request for transfer to the Superior Court of Wake County for determination by a judge panel. So he asked, so the defendant, Carn, asked for a motion to dismiss and wanted it to be in Wake County by a 3-panel judge. In short, by way of defendant's first and third motions to dismiss, defendant is challenging both the facial constitutionality of plaintiff's alienation of affection and criminal conversation claims and the constitutionality of the claims as applied to defendant by way of equal protection and substantial due process. By way of defendant's second motion to dismiss, defendant is also challenging the constitutionality of plaintiff's claims for punitive damages. Hold on now. Is he trying to say, hey, Philly Eagles fan, oh, you missed it. We went over that. You can take your brother to court, but hold on. Let's go back up because we went over this earlier. We find the scripture. So now you know another scripture. So all right. And you missed it because Bishop Sinegal actually did these steps now. Now, here it says, if your brother sins against you, go and tell him it's your fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have won over your brother. So I'm just going to assume he did that. That didn't work. So he actually on February the 10th, 2021, he and members of the church, okay, Philly's Eagle fan, they went to him and he said, yeah, I was sleeping with your wife. But he didn't stop sleeping with the man's wife. So he had to come back on the after the 23rd with the leadership again. And he said, yeah, I'm sleeping with your wife and I'm not going to stop sleeping with your wife, basically. So that's when in August 2021, Bishop Sinegal filed this complaint against him. See? Yeah. He refused to listen to the church because he did that. He refuses to listen even to the church, then treat him as you would a Gentile or a tax collector. So, according to this. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. He's referring to Romans. Okay, what is in Romans? Can you give me a Bible verse in Romans? Thank you, Encourage NYC. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Okay. All right. So let me keep reading, and if someone can put it in Romans in the chat, that would be great. Okay. So basically, it looks like Brian Carn is basically telling the court, like, hey, is he trying to say, hey, my constitutional equal protection under the law him suing me for this is interfering or a violation of his 14th Amendment rights, equal protection of the law. But sir, you interfere with his marriage. So he not supposed to get nothing back? Okay, let's keep reading. Keep reading. Okay. In short, okay, he's challenging the constitutionality of the for punitive damages, and he's the constitutionality of the claims that are being applied to him. Like, oh, okay. Defendant respectfully submit that this court should dismiss plaintiff's claims for alienation of affection and criminal conduct because they violate the due process clause of the 14th Amendment. What? Yeah, this court should also dismiss plaintiff's claim for punitive damage because the conduct of which plaintiff complains implicates defendant's fundamental guarantee of equal treatment as well as defendant's First Amendment rights, and such relief would constitute a violation of the 14th Amendment. What? What First Amendment rights were yours violated? Can y'all make me understand what the heck he's talking about? Okay, thank you. 1 Corinthians 6:4-8 or 1-8. Okay. Okay. First, common law torts of alienation of affection, criminal conduct should be abolished for the unconstitutional exclusion of sex. Okay, sir. No, you did not. No, you did not. Doesn't most black churches not even support same-sex marriage, but you want to get this dismissed on the fact that it violates same-sex marriage? Sir, no, you're not. Come on. Are you serious? Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. I need y'all to yeah. Let me go. Let me look it up now. Whew. Did he really say? No, he did. Let me go to my Bible app. Okay. All right. So we're going to go 1 Corinthians. Is it 1 Corinthians 6, 1-8? Okay. All right. Okay. This is with lawsuits for unbelievers. 1 Corinthians 6, 1-8. Because Billy Legal Fan came in. He said, whatever happened to not taking your brother to court? Shaking my head. Okay. How can any one of you with a case against another dare to bring it to the unjust for judgment instead of to the holy ones? Do you not know that the holy ones will judge the world? If the world is to be judged by you, are you unqualified for the lowest law courts? Do you not know that we will judge angels? Then why not everyday matters? If therefore you have courts for everyday matters, do you seat as judges people of no standing in the church? I said this to shame you. Can it be that there is not one among you wise enough to be able to settle a case between brothers? Brother goes to court against brother, and that before unbelievers. Now, indeed, then it is in any case a failure on your part that you have lawsuits against one another. Why not rather put up with injustice? Why not rather let yourselves be cheated? Instead, you inflict injustice and cheat in this to brothers. Okay. Okay, where does it say? Okay. Okay. All right. It was hard to do. It was brought against Fantasia. Okay. You're right. Now it says went to the next level, which you can do. Okay. 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 But where was that? Was it 18? 15 and 16. Okay. And maybe this is a discussion for another day. But also it says, if you go back to Matthew. Now that was Paul instructing the Corinthians, the church at Corinth, right? Because they were having a lot of problems, disagreements, actually. So that's causing a lot of division in their church. So, but I'm looking over here in Matthew, where Jesus is talking. Okay. And he said, a brother who sins. If your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have won over your brother. If he does not listen, take one or two others along with you so that every fact may be established on the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. He did that twice with witnesses and church leadership. Now, if Bishop Sinegal brought the church leadership the second time and Brian Carn refused to stop sleeping with his wife, what was Bishop Sinegal supposed to do? What was the church supposed to do? He says if he refuses to listen to them, tell the church. He did that. If he refuses to listen even to the church, then treat him as you would a Gentile or a tax collector. So was Kingdom City Church leadership? Oh, they were supposed to him now. They didn't do that, right? Am I reading this wrong? Am I jumping to conclusions? I don't know. Let me keep going. Okay. But y'all can put it in the chat. Y'all let me know. All right. So I'm still like you're using a same-sex argument and your church doesn't even okay. Oh, he's saying claims for alienation, affection, and criminal compensation have allegedly evolved to protect most marriage commitments and promise monogamy that tends to accompany them. However, alienation, affection, and criminal compensation presuppose a marriage between a man and a woman. Okay, sir. So you're trying to say because it said husband and wife that it violates the same-sex marriage. But sir, you're a man. You had sex with this other man's wife. In this case, it applies to you. What? Criminal conversation only is sexual intercourse between a plaintiff's spouse and a defendant to satisfy the claim. The definition of sexual intercourse has clearly been defined by courts as penetration of the sexual organ of the female by the sexual organ of the male. In the criminal context, North Carolina Supreme Court has defined sexual as a kind of sexual man and a woman in an actual penetration of the body of the latter. Oh, so you're saying, okay. North Carolina statute entitled fornication reads, if any man and woman not being married to each other shall literally and religiously associate bed and cohabitate, they shall be guilty of a class 2 misdemeanor. What was the class 2 misdemeanor? Oh, but not. Oh, you went with the Supreme Court case Oberfeld versus Hodge held that same-sex couple may exercise the same fundamental rights to marry in all states. Okay. Laws of the members of the Oh, so you trying to say, oh, they should be able to get sued for alienation of affection and criminal conversation under the statute? Sir, you actually have a point, but in your case, you are a man. You were sleeping with another man's wife. This is not a case of a same-sex couple, and one of them is suing the person that had sex with the same-sex couple. And plus, North Carolina probably gonna need to rewrite that law or amend it. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this, man. And you saying your 14th Amendment, first and 14th Amendment rights are violated? What do you mean your First Amendment rights are violated? The defendant alleged the torch violated the due process clause of Lawrence versus Texas. And that's actually, yeah. Because this actually used to be a Texas law that people who are the same sex could go to jail, but it's against Texas law now. Violated the First Amendment right to freedom of speech, expression, and association. You know what? I know you're not up here trying to use the laws of the land to say it was okay for you to do it, to have sex with that man's wife. Y'all, is that what he's trying to say, y'all? He really over here trying to say that this laws, one, it violates, it doesn't include same-sex marriage or the ability to get people in same-sex to sue. And then over here you're saying, oh, it's a violation of my First Amendment rights. Sir, come on. Okay. All right, Phillies Eagle fan. Then what if the church didn't do that? What is he supposed to do next? Furthermore, the law must not violate either that sex is something that a person can owe another person, by extension, something that a third person could possibly steal. By allowing women to sue for alienation of affection and criminal conversation does not free the torch from their property-based origins as shown by consent or even initiation of torturous conduct by the participating spouse. It still does not being a valid defense. Oh my goodness. To disallow couples in same-sex marriage to pursue alienation of affection and criminal constitution constitutes a substantial due process or equal protection violation. Oh, you're so concerned about same-sex marriage. You trying to get out of being sued, sir. Can't believe you. I'd be mad when heterosexuals want to all of a sudden you're like, oh, it violates same-sex marriage. And any other time y'all don't even care about or support same-sex marriage. You can get up out of here with that BS. Okay, so it's the second motion. Punitive damage is not a claim for relief, and plaintiff cannot recover damages if the underlying claims are dismissed. Okay. Oh, so he's just trying to get out of paying punitive damages. He just wants to pay compensatory. So you're saying the compensatory is okay? Oh, if the claims were dismissed, there will be no underlying basis for plaintiffs to seek punitive damages. Okay, so he's like, he violated my freedoms, so I don't know him no punitive damages because I get those rights because I'm a citizen. Okay, so I hear you. That BS. Lawrence established that adults have a constitutionally protected interest in engaging in intimate sexual activities free of governmental intrusion or regulation. A civil lawsuit between private party constitutes state act for the purpose of the 14th Amendment enforcement imposes liability on an individual for engaging in a constitutionally protected act. Okay, so sir, you having sex with his wife is immoral and against your Christian beliefs, but not a violation of your civil rights or your civil liberties, correct? So a minister, let me get this right now, y'all. A minister is asking the court to dismiss this case because it is a violation of his 14th Amendment rights to have sex with whoever he wants to have sex with if they're consenting adults behind closed doors. I'm over here trying to understand y'all. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's put it so everyone can see. Okay. I'm sorry, it's a minister trying to get out of being sued and owing this man for alienation of affection and criminal conversation by saying he has a 14th Amendment right to have sex with anyone he if they're consenting adults behind closed doors, and the state has no. Oh my! What? I just. Okay. Okay. All right. He said civil assault lawsuit constitutes a state action. Sir, Alienation of affection, criminal comments implicate the First and 14th Amendment rights to freedom of expression. This is very interesting. I might need to go find a lawyer friend or somebody to come over here and okay. Punitive damage may be awarded when there has been a showing of malice. Oh, so you just had sex with his wife because you wasn't being mean to him? It wasn't like intent, but you did it anyway? Dude, didn't you tell the people in the second meeting you wasn't gonna stop? How is that not malice? How is that not malice? Punitive damages are meant to punish the defendant for their actions and deter others from engaging in similar activity in the future. However, awarding punitive damage in this situation directly punishes constituted protected activity. Sir, if you don't go sit your... Lord. This is the conclusion. Took 6 pages to ask this mess. Oh, goodness. This is November. Okay. I'm gonna leave it on the highlights on there. I'm just... Okay, so that was the letter that came with the brief. So Brian Carn submitted that brief for a motion to dismiss on those first and 14th grounds. So, man, not having equal protection under the law and a violation of his First Amendment rights. So you trying to tell me sex messages are you know what? I'm tired. Okay, so this is so remember, Bishop Sinegal filed a complaint. Pastor Prophet Brian Carn issued a motion to dismiss. And now here is Bishop Sinegal responding to his motion. Okay. Okay, now comes plaintiff Demetrius in opposition of defendant's motion to dismiss, who respectfully submits to the court the following memorandum of law. Okay. This case arises from an adultery affair that occurred between defendant and plaintiff's wife. Plaintiff filed his complaint on July 16, 2021, alleging causes of action for alienation of affection and criminal conversation, and requesting an award of punitive damages. On August 19th, plaintiff filed an amended complaint, which included the same causes of action and requests for punitive damages. In response, on October the 15th, 2021, defendant filed motions to dismiss and request for transfer to Superior Court of Wake County for determination by a 3-judge panel. Okay, defendant's request for transfer to Superior Court of Wake County for determination by a 3 panel was heard on January the 6th, 2022, and was denied. You have been denied, Brian. Sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It's like you over there. It was denied, y'all. It was denied. Oh, it says he was denied. The order denying defendant's motion to transfer was entered on August the 23rd, 2022. Okay. Defendant is now moving forward on his motions to dismiss, which are all pursuant to Rule 12b-6 of the North Carolina Rules of Procedure. Defendant alleges plaintiff failed to state claims upon which relief can be granted and argues the plaintiff claims are unconstitutional. Okay, so he gave a brief for his motion for defense, and then it said defendant's request for transfer was denied. So they're not going to move it to Superior Court of Wake County, determined by a judge. So he's moving forward with the defendant's motion. Okay. Okay. So he's still doing that First Amendment, 14th Amendment thing. Okay, argument and motion to okay, we just read that. Okay, so according to the plaintiff, defendant's motion to dismiss plaintiff's claims should be denied. Plaintiff stated claims upon which relief can be granted. It was 20 things, right? It was a whole list. In order to set a claim for alienation, plaintiff must allege 3 elements: that plaintiff and his spouse were married, that a genuine marital relationship exists between them; 2, that the genuine marital relationship between the plaintiff and his spouse was alienated; and 3, that the controlling or effective proximate cause of the alienation of the genuine marital relationship between the plaintiff and his spouse was malicious and wrongful conduct on the part of the defendant, which took place in the state of North Carolina, which occurred before the plaintiff and his spouse physically separated, with the intent on the part of either the plaintiff or his spouse that the physical separation remain permanent. Okay, I'm thinking, okay, he said that. Okay, I'm just thinking he just trying to get this thing lost. Yeah, he said he okay. In order to set a claim for criminal conversation, plaintiff must allege 2 elements: that during the course of the marriage, the defendant had sexual intercourse with the spouse of the plaintiff, North Carolina, and the defendant, the spouse of the plaintiff. Okay. Also, there was text messages, emails, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. It stated everything. It was just him trying to get dismissed. The alienation of affection, criminal connotation torts are not unconstitutional. Okay. Okay, but North Carolina appellate court made it clear that torts are very much still valid claims, and if they are ever to be abolished, it must be done by a legislator. That's what I said. The legislator has to change the law, or the Supreme Court or North Carolina, not a trial court. Okay. Yeah, only the okay. And so the North Carolina Court of Supreme upheld the alienation of affection. Okay. All right. Okay, let's keep going, y'all. I'm sorry, don't. Okay. Defendant raises an as applied challenge, arguing that torts are unconstitutional as applied to defendant because the tort submit defendant to liability based on his status as a heterosexual married person in violation of the Equal Protection Clause and enforcement of the tort contrary to the defendant's fundamental and protected personal liberty to engage in private consensual sexual conduct with third-party adults in violation of the Due Process Clause. However, defendant's argument failed as an applied challenge as well. The torts do not violate the Due Process Clause. I agree. The plaintiff sued the defendant, the plaintiff's wife's paramour, for alienation of affection and criminal conversation. Okay, that's about it. The trial court granted the defendant's motion to dismiss. The North Carolina could appeal that the torts do not violate the 14th Amendment. Okay. Okay, they say it's not unconstitutional. You keep suing you. Okay, so here it says the torts do not violate Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Okay. Oh, he's saying, okay, criminal conversation is synonymous with adultery only to the extent the civil law has defined adultery. It's not synonymous with a criminal definition. Because of the change in definition of marital misconduct, one would expect same-sex sex also to satisfy the act that gives rise to a cause of action for a criminal conversation. Okay. I'm trying to say, okay. All right. He says, because North Carolina civil statute indicates same-sex sexual conduct will likely satisfy the sexual intercourse element of the criminal conversation, claiming the tort is not facially unconstitutional. Okay. Okay. This is getting to a lot of technicalities. Plaintiff stated upon which relief can be granted. He's basically disputing line by line everything that Brian Carn said was reasons for it to be dismissed. Punitive damages are not unconstitutional. Ooh, God bless y'all lawyers. This is something else. Defendant challenges punitive down free speech and free association. However, violated. Yeah, the torts did not violate free speech. Okay. And it's excessive fine and forfeiture and contravention of the 8th Amendment? Really, sir? Really, defendant? You trying to say excess $25,000 is an excessive fine? Is he serious? Is he serious, y'all? I am looking at the chat from time to time. Sorry, y'all. I'm just like, is he really saying these things? Really, Prophet Brian? You just trying to... Wasn't there witnesses in the room? Okay, for the reasons described above, the plaintiff respectfully requests that the court deny. Who took 14 pages to say this? Deny defendant's motion to dismiss and allow plaintiff's action to proceed on its merits. Okay. And that was November the 7th, 2022. Okay. Y'all just, y'all like, when is she gonna get to it? I'm like, I want to know when I'm gonna get to it too. Okay. Black Anonymous, what is this you're putting in the chat? Okay. Okay, so we did. Oh, so now we're doing the finally we're gonna do the December the 12th. Okay. Y'all like, about time. Okay. And y'all see. Oh no, I didn't even present. Wait, Black Anonymous. Y'all need to check out Black Anonymous link. It's a Hank Williams song talking Help Me Understand. Help me understand. I do. I need someone to help me understand. Okay. Oh, wait. Where is... Okay. All right, y'all. Okay, so this was filed November 28th, but it says it's EM to OC with order and COS. Okay, y'all. It was one page. All right. State of California, state of North Carolina, kind of Mecklenburg. This matter coming on to be heard and being heard on November the 9th by the Honorable Robert C. Irvin, Superior Court Judge of the 26th Judicial District, upon defendant's motion to dismiss the North Carolina statute, failure to set a claim upon which relief can be granted. Okay. So they have plaintiff filed the motion and amended the order denying defendant's motion to transfer to another court. Defendant argued, plaintiff's finds these harms do not hold merit, y'all. Judge Irvin said. Remember, his argument is here and here. There was a violation of the defendant, Brian Carn, Jr. Said alienation of affection, criminal conversation were violations of the 14th Amendment. And the court said, no, sir. It is therefore ordered, adjudged and decreed the defendant's motion to dismiss are denied. So that means the case will proceed, y'all. This was one page. Just did this one page, but okay. Oh, this is an order. Okay. This is an order by the court. Okay, y'all. We must. Yeah. He. You've been denied. Are y'all still here? Y'all take a nap? Did y'all go away? Please, Eagle fan. We were supposed to suffer the wrong, not steal them according to 1 Corinthians 6:7-8, but we know the church doesn't obey the Bible these days. Okay. Good point. So ladies and gentlemen, the court has said that Prophet Brian Carn's motions are denied and that the lawsuit against him put forth by Bishop Demetrius Sinegal can proceed forward. So I guess we will be seeing sometime in 2023 a trial, because I believe he said he wanted Bishop Demetrius Sinegal said he wanted a trial by jury. Trial by jury. Trial by jury. Trial by jury, y'all. I'm here. Black and Donna, but where you trying to understand? Okay. So before I go, I actually wanted to show you a statement or a post by Bishop Demetrius Sinegal that he made. I believe it was the 20. Ooh, I might have the dates wrong, y'all. Okay, disclaimer. Okay. This is a screenshot. Let me take the little thing above. Y'all can see the bottom. Okay. This is from this past Friday, and as you can see, he tagged Brian Carn. It says lawsuit update. All right. Wait, I just thought about something. Oh, December the 9th. That was a Friday, so 2 weeks ago. So that's where that Friday came from. All right. In light of my this is Mr. Demetrius Sinegal. This is a statement on Facebook. In light of my commitment to leading with transparency and keeping you informed in other cases involving church leaders and our call for redress, I am equally committed to keeping you informed about my lawsuit against Brian Carn. In my opinion, Carn demonstrates significant characterological malformations that necessitate serious intervention, laicization, and civil redress. Okay, laicization means no longer being a pastor, no longer being a person that does pastorly ministerial duties. They do that in the Catholic Church. They'll use the word laicize. They'll say usually the old word for it was defrock. You defrock a priest. Now they say laicize. So he has been party to the destruction of numerous marriages. What? Produced numerous children and caused emotional, mental, and spiritual damage to a number we may never know. The state of California legislature in its courts finds some of the behavior I've accused him of to be torturous. Okay, let's go. It was a long post. Since the beginning of this debacle, it has been reported that Carn has dedicated a cafe in his pastor's name, giving him thousands of dollars in payments, aka seeds, and flown him on rented private jet flights. One must wonder if there is any connection between his silence and passivity in these gifts. Though the scripture give imperative instructions on how a person like Brian Carn should be handled, those biblical instructions have not been carried out. While the church is obsessed with exposing and marking the modern day sons of Eli, it's time we look at the Elis who birthed, raised, and covered these sons. Where there is no serious consequence for serious actions like a dog returns to vomit, a fool will repeat his folly. Okay. Church people are conditioned into thinking that a lapse of time automatically translates into repentance. It is not so. Repentance bears fruit. Like the tree Jesus cursed, Carn bears green leaves but no fruit. You can't be repentant and avoid accountability. You can't be repentant and arrogant. In 2021, I filed a lawsuit against Carn for criminal conversation and alienation of affection. To avoid denying or admitting to the claims, Carn filed a motion to try to get my lawsuit against him removed from a trial court and transferred to a 3-judge panel. My attorney successfully argued against this, and his motion was denied. Carn's attorney then filed a motion to withdraw from representing him. I think I remember that part. I'm trying to think, where's that paper? I think someone had sent me that too. On November 9th, Carn's new attorney argued an additional motion to dismiss the claims I filed against him. Again, on what basis? Again, rather than answering to the suit and admitting or denying my claims, he first argues the suit infringes on his First and 14th Amendment rights. Consider that a so-called holiness preacher is in court arguing that he has a right to interfere in others' marriages and that he should not be held accountable for his part. Mm-hmm. Oh, you trying to understand this whole mess? I am too. So, equal protection clause. Rather than answer to the claims against him, he attempts an additional Hail Mary to get a dismissal and argue the language of the laws do not specifically name homosexual acts. Consequently, it is biased against heterosexual and is therefore unconstitutional. Consider that a man who vehemently damns homosexuals trying to use reverse equal protection clause to protect himself from accountability. That's what I didn't understand. Is that what you didn't understand too, Black and I was like, hey, you over here using the first of the equal protection clause. You my goodness. Fortunately, once again, my attorney successfully argued against these motions, and the judge denied his motion to dismiss the suit against him. Carn has in recent times become a so-called grace preacher. The grace he preaches is not the same that Paul preached. Grace does not give us a get-out-of-jail-free card where we have caused people significant harm, damage, and loss. Christ's payment to the Father for sin at the cross does not double as payment to other humans for damages and harm caused to them by reckless behavior. If you damage someone's car, the blood of Jesus doesn't pay for the repairs. You and your insurance must take responsibility and pay for the damages. That's true now. Mm-hmm. The message you hear being preached is that of cheap grace. It is a message that calls for mercy without justice. It calls for reprieve without reproof. It calls for restoration without restitution. You can't emphasize the benefits of the cross while dismissing the burden of the cross. To do good towards your fellow man, to own your wrongs, to mortify the deeds of the flesh, and to live holy unto God. What we hear people like Brian Carn preaching, it's not God's grace. It is cheap grace designed to manufacture sympathy and to cause moral disengagement. All court proceedings and arguments made by Carn that I prescribed above are public record. You may locate the filings in Mecklenburg County Superior Court, case number 21-CBS-11333. P.S. If your pastor is still preaching Brian Carn, what does that say about them? Okay, this turned me to Hank Williams, but not to my bottles of wine. Well, I'm glad it did. I'm glad it didn't turn you to drinking. Are there any questions, comments, need for further clarification? Because I don't know what else to say. The motions have been denied. Yeah. So Lord. If you here's my email address. If you have if you would like for me to send you copies of the documents, the public documents, just email me here and I will send them to you. If anyone else has another court case or another matter they would like for me to address, whether it's a trending topic, Black church, Black consciousness community. Woo. Yeah. It's December, the month for the preachers. This is why I made this my Is it? Is it? Yeah, this is a lot. The minister. Thank you, Black Anonymous, Karma 52, Lindsay, Encourage NYC, Philly Eagles fan, Christine Parks, Uncle Fred, Roxanne, VS Speaks Royally, Christopher David, Leonard Emil Taylor, I Am Human First. Thank you so much for being here. And let me see who else is in here. Thank you, Roxanne, for the super sticker. And I'm trying to think of that. Muslim, thank you so much for being here. Lakeisha, appreciate it. And y'all have a very good night. I will put the timestamps on it. I need to do a little bit of editing, but this will still be up. I just got to edit the song out. But and I will put. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I needed to add? I can't think of it. But thank y'all so much for watching this video. I haven't done talked about this case in a while. But thank you so much for watching, and I may come on again tomorrow. Y'all have to pray for me that Umar Johnson, 4-hour parent. Y'all gonna have to pray for me to do that one. I'm sorry. 4 hours. I'm gonna need some help with that. Okay. All right. But if there's anything else, if you want to copy the documents, please let me know. I can send them to you. I need to look at that. So now the cases I need to look up. Umar and Derek Jackson. I gotta look up. So, all right, y'all have a good rest of y'all's night. I'll probably see somebody in the chat somewhere. Okay. Thank y'all so much for being here. Check out my Ride in the Car with Boy video. He's asleep over here. Did y'all hear him snoring a little bit? Okay. Good night, y'all. Boy, you sleep?